welcome back to Vintage Paintball. As always, my name is Tony, and as always, I'm here to show you something cool that we just made. Today, it is the 2014 Machine Vapor NASA O-Ring Kit. Machine Paintball is a small company with a lot of great ideas. For example, these markers incorporate a lot of things from other paintball guns, like the Lux trigger, for example, and it also has an eye pipe similar to the dye paintball guns. Another cool thing about these markers is that they're built with a lot of factory standard parts, which means that the parts will be available to keep these guns running for quite a long time. As a paintball tech, that is an important thing to me. If you were to ask a gun tech what the main issues with the 2014 Machine Vapor were, it would be reliability. That is what our NASA O-Ring Kit aims to fix. To address that issue, we built a special hand-fit NASA ring kit that adds extra sealing surfaces to key areas inside the marker. We also adjusted the hardness of certain O-rings depending on the forces at play while the marker is in cycle. So to recap, we are installing this O-ring kit for two reasons. Number one is to make these guns much more reliable and to be able to play with them without worrying about them going down on you. Number two, this O-ring kit will also make these guns shoot better. And by better, I mean smoother, straighter, and quieter. Now let's head back to the tech department and I'll show you guys how to install the O-ring kit. Hey guys, welcome back to the tech department. As you can see, I have already removed the bolt kit, and these are the O-rings we will be installing today. First things first, we have to take apart the bolt kit. First, you're going to want to take your eye pipe off of there, just on clips. Unscrew that portion, and then remove the front bolt O-ring. Set that aside. This is your front can. This is your bolt stem. Your bolt, and your rear bolt can. First, we're going to start with the rear can outer O-rings. We're going to need to remove these ones to install the new ones. Now that we have those O-rings removed from the rear can, we're going to install the number 17 NASA O-rings in the same spots that we took the yellow ones out of. Okay, now that we got those installed on there, I wanted to make sure to tell you guys that this O-ring right here is actually a special O-ring, and it's not included in the kit, so you want to make sure you leave that O-ring on there. Now we're going to move on to the inside of the rear can. There are two O-rings on the inside. Hopefully you can see them down in there. We're going to go ahead and take those out right now. Now we're going to install the X-rings in there. The X-rings are going to look a little bit different than your standard O-ring. They actually have a groove right here. If you were to cut them in half, they would make an X instead of a circle like an O-ring would. We're going to put them down in the glands in there, and we just want to make sure that they're not twisted at all. So be careful when you put it in there, just do it nice and easy. Get started like that. And you just kind of slide it in there, and you can feel with your finger whether or not it's crinkled or turned in there at all. You want to make sure that it's nice and flat. Or the second one the same way. Again, feeling to make sure that they're totally flat in there. Perfect. Now we're going to move on to the next part. Next, we're moving on to the bolt. We're going to replace the bolt sail O-ring right here. First, remove it. And then find your sail X O-ring from your kit. Slide it on there nice. Again, making sure that there's no twists in it like this is right here. To fix that, we're going to run our finger around it. Sometimes if it's twisted all the way like that, you're going to want to take it off and try again. Now you can see, as I twist it here, there's no crinkles and it's totally laying flat. Next, we're going to change the bolt bumper O-ring. This will be labeled as the bumper O-ring in your kit. Next, we'll be removing the inner sail O-ring, which is right underneath the outer sail O-ring. And we'll be replacing it with the red O-ring from your kit. There's one more O-ring we need to put on there, but this will have to wait until we put the bolt kit back together. Now that we have the more difficult parts done, we're going to move on to the easier ones, the front can and the bolt stem. We're going to remove the number 12 O-ring from the front of the bolt stem and install the number 12 that came with your NASA kit. Finally, we have the front can. First, we're going to remove the outer can O-ring. We're going to install our last number 17 from the NASA kit for the outer can. And the last O-ring we have to do on the front can is the inner O-ring. This is going to be a white O-ring from your NASA kit, the only white one in your kit. And that one is done. Now we're going to reassemble the bolt kit, but we're not going to put any lube on it yet because we want to make sure that it seals without any lubrication on the O-rings. And this is the point when we're going to put on the last O-ring from our NASA kit, the number 14 that goes on the bolt face. Now before I put air on it, I'm going to discard these old O-rings and I'll be right back. Now that we have our air tank, we're going to go ahead and screw it onto the marker. And the reason we're doing it this way is to ensure that the O-rings are all sealing properly without any lubrication on them. If it does seal up properly and we can fire one shot, we're going to take the bolt kit back apart, lube it, and then we're all done. So far, so good. Perfect. Now I'm going to quickly run you guys through how to properly lube the Machine Vapor. We're going to take our standard Dow 33 grease. And because these are new O-rings, we're going to put a little bit more lube on it than we normally would. And make sure you get these inner O-rings, that's very important. And then reassemble. And that's all there is to it. So now that you guys have seen me install it, you can see how easy it would be to do it yourself, while at the same time making your gun shoot more reliably and better overall. All of our proprietary O-ring kits can be found on vintagepv.com along with all of our custom products. And if you want to stay in the loop, you can find us on Instagram or Facebook. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the field.